Hey gang, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing good tonight, man. Just checking an audio here. You guys can hear me okay? All right, sounds good, man. Honestly, I have pretty low expectation tonight, gang. It's been pretty sluggish. This reminds me of the first night that we had together. So keep your expectations low. I actually just exited a long trade not too long ago. Took about 15 points off the market. That was pretty much it, man. Very low key trade. Very low key trade. Sup, Rob? Sup, Eric? Jeremy? Kenny? Rye? Mr. Pop? Giorgio? You're in a long gold right now? I haven't checked the gold chart actually. What's gold looking like right now? Ooh, nice long. Where'd you enter? Where's your entry on that, Rye? Thanks for stopping by, Jeremy. What's up, AJ? Hope you made good use of that eval you got yesterday. Hey, Swell Mike. Thanks, man. Hey, man, when you talked about that premier ball, I'm assuming that was you that brought it up on Instagram. I was like, yeah, man, you realize how old I am, right? The premier ball did not exist when I was watching Pokemon growing up. Just an FYI. Yeah, man, if you're in Montreal, it's quite late. What's up, AJ? I agree. Shorts are looking pretty good, to be honest. So here's my thought process on the NQ right now, right? Like this short move down looks pretty good. Again, very low expectations. I mean, even if we short, I mean, do we manage to hit down here to that 26 area? I don't know. We'll see. Let's just take a look and watch. The reason why my expectations are very low tonight, guys, is because if you guys remember the past couple nights, I had mentioned that I generally will watch how the range on the day has been, and that will generally kind of decide how I feel about the market and what I can take. So earlier, I was actually in a long trade that I took for 15 points. I could have taken it for 22 points, but I was laying in bed with the kids and I didn't zoom out at the time. So obviously, totally on me. But after I realized when I zoomed, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm probably shooting for more than I probably should. And I closed it out for 15 points because unfortunately it did pull back on me. I actually made a comment saying that trimming up here at VWAP would have been perfect. And it honestly would have been. But I instead sold a little bit down here. So 15 points is still better than nothing. But again, my comment was because the range on the day overall was like very weak. So hey, Crip, thanks for sharing. Thanks for that question, by the way. So I think that whether you're so close to a payout or maybe because you have to your situation, you've kind of lost quite a bit of that drawdown. Um, I think it's more important than ever that you dial down. I think a lot of the times what happens is that people will, if they're so close to a payout that they almost can't accept that first loss, or if they're in a situation such as yourself where maybe you've lost quite a bit of drawdown, they almost kind of have that effort mentality of like, you know what, I'm just gonna screw it, I'm just gonna YOLO. Honestly, if anything, this is that moment in time where it's like it's more important than ever that you need to be strict with your rules. So I would say that unless something is A plus, don't take it. And I think this is where it's going to be very counterintuitive for you because you're probably going to be very tempted to take anything that comes your way, uh, but it's just not ideal, right? So it's counterintuitive because you're probably in the situation right now where you're in a big rush to actually take a trade to make up that loss, when in reality it should be the polar opposite. You should be taking, like, you should be slowing down and saying, okay, well, if I'm going to recover this, I just can't blindly take a trade, right? So that would be kind of like my 2 cents on that right now, is really take it, take it slow and be very careful about the types of setups that you take. In terms of the long setup earlier, surge. Yeah, in terms of the long setup earlier, I was kind of taking a look at the way that we were finding support. Here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more because it's a little too hard to look at now. I was taking a look at actually over here when we were holding the last kind of support area from the New York session. I was wanting to see if we can close back above Globex, right? And as we were kind of creeping up towards it, I took my entry basically up here as we started kind of moving upwards here. So I wanted to, honestly, I should have just sold it up here at VWAP, but I like the way that we were kind of showing support. So this almost kind of like, from a chart pattern perspective, this is almost kind of like an inverse head and shoulder setup on the smaller time frames, and the reclaim back above Globex opening print there. That was kind of my long thesis, but yeah, I mean, I really should have just sold that VWAP. I have no idea why I was holding for longer than that. This mistake on my end, but all good. I still got 15 points out of it, so better than nothing. Yeah, Ron. Sup again, Ron. Yo, man, are you gonna hang with me to the end of the night again? What's up, Night Owl? What's up, Evan? Ron, what time do you wake up? Like, if you go to sleep as late as I do, what time do you wake up? I'm genuinely curious now. Max amount of trades. I talked about this yesterday a little bit. I have max per account, so it's usually 2 trades per account. But yeah, with that said, though, that doesn't mean I have to force 2 trades every single account, though. In the end of the day, you have to look for whether or not the setup even exists to begin with. So, yeah. Eighth, dude, Ron. If that's the case, you only sleep for 5 hours a day. I guess I'm not really one to talk here, but you're worse than me, bro. Hey. Yeah, mine did too. I was laying in bed with my kiddo earlier when I was in the middle of my trade. No, I don't copy trade. Oh, Ron. I mean, I really can't even be nagging you right now because that's literally me like 6 days a week as I sleep for 5, 6 hours. So if you guys saw my Instagram, this is my caffeine right now. As I said, I'm gonna bring food and beverages to all my streams. This is a bubble tea place called like Sing Fu Tang. So there's, again, its origins from I think it's Taiwan. It's Taiwan. They're actually the creator of the brown sugar pearl. They actually like mix it in some like stone type of pot type of thing. It's not as legit here, but this is my caffeine right now. I have copy traded before, and I played around with it. Um, the main reason why I don't care for it too much is just because I just know I don't mentally do well with it. Like, as much as the euphoria of winning on all 5 accounts, I just don't feel great when I lose, right? Like, it affects me a lot, and I know it does. So there's been quite a few times where on Top Step I've kind of like played with the idea of copy trading just because of how smooth and easy it is to do it on Top Step X. But otherwise on Trade-O-Vate, like I definitely don't feel good doing it on Trade-O-Vate. I find like Trade-O-Vate's been really wonky historically for me. Again, personal experience. I don't Doesn't mean it doesn't work for other people, but I just haven't had a lot of luck with it. I do know that there's a lot of people who use like trade syncers. I think that's what it's called. It's like a thing that kind of batches different props together. That tends to be a good method of using copy trading. I haven't tried Trade C actually, but I've heard a lot of good feedback about Trade C. Like, I capped out with Lucid right when Trade C came out, so I haven't tried it. But when I get off the once I'm past the cooldown period and I'm allowed to trade Sim again with Lucid, I'll give Trade C a shot. I'm not too sure though. I will answer your questions, guys, in a bit. I'm just gonna take a look at the chart. So, guys, just so you guys know, right now you can see here I've kind of drawn this out already on my 15-minute time frame here. this, like, ever since we rejected that key 26564 area over the New York session, we've been kind of holding this area beneath 493. So unless we break back above this, I mean, you have to be very careful about longing into that wall. I mean, judging by the looks of it, it looks like we have room to come down. But obviously, when you're shorting during a strong bull trend, it's a little bit difficult to like trust the short trend or the short trade. I'm going to tell you right now is that every single trade that I would take tonight, if I take any, it's going to be 15-point trades. They're probably not going to be very big trades. I just don't have a lot of expectation tonight. In terms of like how long I stay on a chart, honestly, what I do a lot of time is that I set up my chart and I go through price action and I see and I take a look at where do I like price, where do I think I'm going to take a trade, and then if I'm close, then I'll wait for it and see if there's an opportunity. Otherwise, I don't even take anything. I'll just set alerts, and then if I get a trigger alert or something like that, I'll open up the charts again and I'll take a look. Um, a lot of the times I'm sitting at my desk doing work already, so it essentially if I get the trigger, I just pull up the screen and I can get into a trade right away if I needed to. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, I heard Apex Copier is really solid. I have a student that uses it and it works wonders for him. Man, 35 accounts. That stresses me out. But you've obviously figured out the right size to trade with, so you're comfortable with it, and that's all that really matters. Hey, Carrick, how's it going, man? Just reading through the chat, guys. Points, ticks, potato, potato, right? Right, guy? Crypt, in terms of that, so personal opinion, I think everyone's going to have their own opinions on payout. I will take my max payout almost every time. Now, I know that there might be edge cases as to why you might tier a little bit differently from that opinion. It really depends sometimes in certain situations, but I always take the payout. And here's why, right? So let's just say that I had a 50K account, and most cases, apologies, I'm going to be coughing a lot tonight because I'm still getting over a cold here. Um, most cases, the max payout ranges between $1,500 to $2,000. So let's just say I have the ability to withdraw $1,000, but that means that it puts me into $1,000 drawdown. The reason why I'm okay with taking the $1,000 payout, and yes, that might put me in a situation because if you guys tuned into my stream yesterday, I talked about the amount of bullets on the market, right? If I take $1,000 payout, that means I essentially only have 5 bullets left. Yes, that's riskier, but in most cases for a 50K account, the cost of that 50K account is probably what, depending on what prop firm you go with, between $90 to what, $130 or something like that. I'm assuming that it's not straight to funded, of course, right? So the way I look at it is that if you make that $1,000 payout, you can buy like 8 more accounts, right? So the way I look at it, and it's very statistical for me because again, I'm a business person, right? So I look at everything in a spreadsheet manner. Statistically speaking, if you've taken $1,000 payout, well, if you have the confidence in your trading, you'll get back to funded again, and you'll sorry, and you'll build it back to that again. So I'd much rather take the payout, to be perfectly honest, because I'd be more upset if I lost the account with zero payout, all for the arbitrary aspect of trying to shoot for some max arbitrary payout. Again, one man's opinion. Someone else might say otherwise, but that's just how I've always traded. Jimmy, I do use the level system. Yeah, I use the level system. That's like one of the many layers that I use for trading. Yeah, that makes sense, Chesson. It's a good point for you. Thanks for tuning in again, Carrick. I do recognize some of the names that are coming into the chat, so I really appreciate you guys kind of tuning in and chatting, man. I mean, even if price is slow, I mean, as you guys know, we can always chat about anything. So I'm fairly well rounded. I mean, I'm not probably the one thing that you guys would stump me on is like sports. I know nothing about sports, but otherwise, I'm a fairly well rounded person. So I'm more than happy to chat. Oh, these spots here in the 5 minute time frame. Who asked that question just now? Eric. So these are just spots that I see. So when I'm looking at the larger time frame, because I don't like to have too many lines on one chart, otherwise it gets really messy. I like to separate my lines based on where I marked them. So these are just other bigger spots that I saw when I like zoomed out. That's essentially what that is. Yeah, Jeremy, personally for me, I generally like to trade at least after Tokyo opens. And the reason why I say that is I find the gap between Globex and Tokyo is kind of where you're trying to form what the market's trying to do. On the rare occasion where the market maybe had been setting up from the New York session, I may jump in a little sooner, but more often than not, I like to wait for the Tokyo Open. I think that's probably the reason why Ron also switched his time to what he streams now, because honestly, like if you start sooner than that, it's like it's pretty boring. You're literally watching tumbleweeds move. I don't know if I want to long off of this. I mean, it's possible, but as of right now, we're starting to kind of put in like lower highs here, so I don't feel comfortable longing, to be perfectly honest right now. Do I trade liquidity? I mean, I don't use that terminology. I don't look like I think that's correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably sound like a noob by saying this. Um, my definition of liquidity is just understanding that chances are there's a lot of trap buyers or trap sellers or whatever that may be. But I believe the terminology is used with ICT maybe in a little bit of a different way. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to say I don't know if I use that terminology. I obviously look at levels, I look at areas of interest, I look at channels on a chart, and that's usually what I look for if I'm hunting for like a rejection or a bounce. I have never dabbled in order flow concepts or DOM trading, but I have read about it. So like I think it makes a lot of sense actually. I just don't use it. Maybe in the distant future, I don't mind dabbling and integrating that in, but I personally don't use it. Yeah, I'm glad you agree on the payout concept, Jeremy. Does trading build confidence talking to other girls? Uh, I'm assuming your question is, does it make you confident in talking to girls? Is that what your question is? I want to make sure you clarify that before I answer that question. Ron, you're just the man asking the big questions tonight, eh? Favorite Marvel character and why? I mean, Tony Stark aside, I mean, I've always liked his character overall. Um, I'm gonna probably, if not him, I'd probably say Doctor Strange. I'll explain why I like Tony Stark. I'm like again for the nerds out there, you might understand, but if you pay attention enough, and again, some people don't watch enough to know, but if you notice in every single movie, Iron Man's armor always evolves, and there's a reason why it evolves. It evolves because it learns from the last fight it's had. So every single time, every movie, any weakness he had in the prior fight, he adds to it so that it is prepared to take that fight again. And so I really like that concept of Iron Man because it represents adaptability, resilience, and progressiveness, which for me, just in life in general, that's essentially how I am. I don't look at a loss as like you suck, you fail. I look at a loss as, okay, well, how do I learn to build mechanisms around it so that I can prepare myself better for next time? So whether it's life, trading, or whatever, I can resonate with the concept of Iron Man a lot, and that's why that's my favorite character, Ron. PNL on the year. I'd have to double check my stats. I think I'm like I think I'm like 350,000 or something like that, somewhere around there. I took a $250,000 in payouts already, so I that probably sounds about right. I'd have to take a look. I'd have to pull up my journals and stuff like that. I'm not sure at the moment. Oh, Dragonite, man. Appreciate it, man. Much love, brother. Yeah, yeah, Ron. 6 p.m. sucks. Yeah, sorry, Crip. But hopefully that makes sense, man. Project 365. What character am I from? I mean, I'm late into the night, so I don't know. Who is that actually? Who would that be? I mean, I guess the man that never sleep is Tony, so maybe it is still Iron Man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next chronicle of like movies for the Marvel actually because I don't know where they're gonna take it to be honest. I guess that's why I'm very curious. I mean, Doctor Strange is a pretty important character and a pretty important role in the grand scheme of things, but we'll see. Night Owl, where did buying an Aston Martin come from, brother? I actually did walk into an Aston Martin dealership when I was car shopping, and I legit have proof because I'm not even joking. I still have the business card from it. This is like Bentley and Aston Martin is literally the same dealership here in Vancouver. I did walk in there and I took a look. I didn't want the Vanquish actually. I was looking at the SUV just because I'm a family man. But again, I can't cough up that amount of money for a car, man. I just like, no, I'm good. Yes, I do track all my stats in terms of prop firm payouts and everything. I do not trade crypto. I don't understand crypto. I don't trade what I don't understand. So no, nothing for me. Nothing against it. I just don't understand it. $250,000 in payouts. Well, that's I can't trade with Apex anymore. I'm already capped out with them. And they're not letting me trade with them again, so I can't really do much about that one. Take Profit Trader, Top Step, Lucid are the three prop firms that have made up majority of my payouts this year. Am I missing someone? Oh, and my funded futures as well. I know RDJ is back. I am not in a trade at the moment. I just exited a trade earlier. I was in a long trade. I was in a long trade and I sold it for 15 points just because the market's not looking too hot. Yeah, Doomsday was good. I'm actually looking forward to it. Those Marvel guys, man, they know how to cash grab because they're re-releasing Endgame again in theaters, and 100% I'm gonna watch it again. Except this time it will be different, which is kind of crazy to think about because I'll actually be bringing my 6-year-old kid to this movie this time. Because when I watched Endgame, my kid wasn't even born yet, so it's kind of crazy just to think about the full circle aspect of that. I like the 2 minute more than the 5 minute, Jason, in terms of the 200 EMA. But I mean, both can be quite relevant, but I like the 2 minute more. I trade Asia majority and then London and then New York. Damn, Mike, you had the DBS before. Yeah, they're pretty cool cars. I have to say, Aston Martin has done an amazing job revising and refining their cars. I didn't really like their interiors too much before. The new ones are a lot nicer, in my personal opinion. And I don't know if you guys have seen, they recently released a new supercar, the Aston Martin Valhalla. Looks pretty sick and sounds amazing. The one actually just landed in the Vancouver dealership recently. Hey, Mr. Triex. Yeah, man. I just started streaming this week actually. So this is only day three. Um, I primarily trade the NQ, but I mean I'm more than happy to look at different charts as well. But honestly, these past couple days have been pretty slow. So we've been chatting a lot, and I've just kind of been answering questions along the way, psychology stuff, that type of stuff. Yeah, man. I don't know if I can move to the US right now. I mean, both Canada and US has its issues. Apex I can't anymore because so basically what happens is that after you make it to like that max unlocked payout phase, which is no longer a thing anymore, they actually lock your ability to buy new accounts. And I'm assuming that's how they kind of limit you. I'm not sure. But that account I had extracted like majority of my drawdowns. So that account inevitably did end up blowing up. So and if this is, I think if I can't remember, I think I recognize your name from last stream, but that was the one that I told you that with Apex, that one single 50K account, I had withdrawn $90,000 in payout out of one account. So that was the one that blew, and that also meant I couldn't buy more accounts. Had I known I wasn't going to be able to buy more accounts, I probably would have scooped up more before I ended up capping out, but it is what it is. I can't be in live for most prop firms actually. In Canada, the only province that allows you to move live with like the props, the platforms that most props use is the East Coast, so in Ontario. So if you're in Ontario, it's all good. But in Vancouver, BC, actually most props don't even allow you to move live with them just because of the limitation of the platforms. I think if they do Rhythmic, you can, but I tried the Rhythmic program before and it's really bad. Like I don't know if it's because of where I am, but the latencies, the fills, everything's really bad about it. So I just don't even bother. Crypt, I would say best is 200. I risk more than that personally just because of where I am in trading, but I would say $200 per trade would be the max, would be a good idea because at least that gives you 10 shots in the market. Yeah, yeah, man. I agree with you, Trade If I Apex Fruit. It's whack right now. Yeah. Yeah, Night Owl is one of my junior students that started with me not too long ago. We're kind of refining some strategies with him, and he's really loving the 200 EMA as well. Do you get aggressive with your trading combines and Top Step? As in like I'm assuming combines is in the evaluation phase. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't at my stage I don't spend too much time dabbling in like one contract at a time. Like for the most part, if I know I have a setup that I like and I want to shoot for my 15 points, I take it, right? Yeah, I know. It's strange. I know most people trade prop firms and they're like, you trade prop firms. Why don't you leverage them? It's just not my cup of tea, man. The average per day question. I know a lot of people ask me that question. It's two per account, but if there's no setups, there's no setups. Apex has improved a lot from what I understand. I can't trade with them anymore, but like my understanding is that they've improved a lot. Like to be perfectly honest, the fact that they have end of day drawdown now is amazing because they did not have that back when I had it. I traded the OG intraday trailing drawdown version. Top Step has not called me to live before, just because when the way that I've traded their accounts when I have had is that once I get to a certain buffer, I just take 150 bucks a day, and I do it so that I could just withdraw all the payout as much as I possibly can. So I think someone in one of the streams had told me that 200K is their cap. I don't think I've gotten to 200K with Top Step yet, so I think that's probably the reason why too. But yeah. I don't think Apex, I don't think the prop firm really matters if the fills are bad or not. That might be more of a broker thing or like a latency thing. I've never had issues with different kinds of props when it comes to like filling fills. What do I think of the car situation, or what is that? Money car situation? I'm not really too sure what that is, Eric. New York session for me is 6:30 in the morning. Damn, Apex moved you live. Congratulations, Carrie. I actually reached out to them too because I had capped out like how long ago was that? 9 months ago. So I actually reached out to them again, asking like, hey, could I move live now since you can't let me sim fund? But sounds like there's like certain parameters. I don't know how it works, but it is what it is. Have a good night, Jeremy. Hey, Lil Melty. Yeah. So basically, Ron and I pretty much tag team. Ron kicks us off at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is what, 8 is that? I can't remember what time that is anymore. Eastern Time. Yeah. So he kicks us off, and then I close us off before the London session, essentially. But I mean, Ron's always hanging with us, so I mean, Ron's hanging with us right now. Oh, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, what Ron just said. There you go. Yeah, him and I kind of tag team Asia. He kicks us off, and I finish it up. Oh, Eric, that's what you meant. I have no idea. I haven't really taken a look at that, man. I'm not too sure. Some of the bubble tea places in my area, they close actually pretty late, so like 11 o'clock and some even midnight. So my caffeine fix. The marker points. So a lot of the chart things here are based on like hourly levels, like or like opening prints. That's essentially what all these lines are. I just separate them because I don't like all the lines on one chart. Otherwise, it looks like a cluster. I know a lot of people always want to know like, what is your A plus setup? What is your strategy? I mean this totally honestly. It's not I'm trying to be guarded or anything like that. It's a lot to explain. It is, right? So I know that each stream I've kind of layered onto this a little bit, but essentially for me, I'm a price action trader. So for if I were to kind of list it off, what I look for is I look at key areas on the chart, call them levels. I call them reference points because they're points on the chart that I reference, hence reference points. But there are reference points on the chart that I will always look for and see where I want to see price react to. I read candles bar by bar. I mean, I think that's as an MM student, it's kind of inevitable. We have to read price bar by bar. I don't even know how to trade without it anymore these days. And then structure, right? So we look at structure, we look at whether the markets are ranging or trending, right? And then yeah, I mean outside of that, I mean I'm looking for confluence essentially. So like I'm looking for both top-down analysis as well as multi-time frame analysis. As I kind of sift through charts and I say, hey, you know what? For example, like right now, you know, we've been super bullish, but we're consolidating now, right? And we're consolidating under a key reference point. So personally for me, it's kind of like either A, I'm going to sit out on this, or I'm going to try to scalp shorts. Just because as much as I want to think it could retrace down here, I don't feel confident taking shorts like that because of how strong the market's been on the larger time frames. So yeah, ideally when I say what is A plus, the way I look at it is that the more of the check boxes you have that are checked off, the better, right? So A plus to me is all the things I just listed off, but all the boxes are being checked off one by one by one by one. And if that all comes together, then fantastic. That's my A plus setup right there. 5 minute bear flag continuation. I don't know. I don't know if I really would really call that a bear flag, AJ, to be honest. Like, I guess I don't know if you're looking at this exact session right now. Like, I just look at this as we're just setting in lower highs and lower lows, right? If you want to like look at this in a silo, right? Like a vacuum, this is what you see. But right now you can see here that we are holding, if I were just to draw this quick line here, we are holding that prior, this is like a support area over New York. You see that? Here, actually, let me just go down to 2 times the frame so it's easier to look at. You can see here that this was a consolidating spot here, and we are holding here right now, right? So we'll see. I mean, maybe if we break down, we can come back down all the way down here. But yeah, we'll see if we can actually break and set new lower lows and lower highs here. Rye guy, you still on your gold? Oh, What was your entry, by the way? Sorry, I don't know if you had typed in the chat already. I know you had mentioned, right, guy, that you were in longs. Where did you enter? And Gene, are you asking if there's a prop firm for options, or are you telling me there's one and asking if I knew that? Because I'm unaware of any prop firms that has options. At least I don't. Jason, I look at opening prints often. So yes, I generally, like I kind of mentioned this during the past couple streams as well. I look at every session as like a building block into the next session. So if we're in the Asia session, then I pay attention to what happened in New York because I think it plays a role in how we should perceive price. GC, I mean, on the larger time frames, it looks like we're trying to slowly inch our way back up. Give me a second here. Let's switch to the daily. Like it looks like we're trying to inch our way back up. Let me delete all those lines. Yeah, it looks like we're trying to, but hard to say, man. Like, I mean, this is like this is clearly from the last time that we had gap down here. We're kind of like hovering in this area. So I find gold has been really whacked, to be honest. Like I haven't been trading it enough to kind of get a sense of it. As of right now, I mean, we're setting up higher lows and higher highs. So maybe we have a chance to kind of break back above there, but I don't know. That's a pretty sharp selling candle that we just had there. Right, guy, you entered at 48.21. 48.21. Okay, so basic. Oh, I see. That's what you meant. Did you get stopped out for break even then? Yeah, there you go. Ron just gave his input and analysis on gold. Where's your stop loss, right, guy, for this gold trade? Because you're in at 488.21, you said, right? So that would be like right here. And what are you shooting for, brother? I don't trade YM, but what are we looking at? I see. Looking for a breakout on that run to the upside. Shaping up, shaping up. Are you in longs right now, Ron, on YM? So your question, Christopher, I think that's very subjective, to be honest, right? Like it's hard to just black and white straight up says, yeah, drop everything you know. When I started with Rig, because I was MM6, I did essentially drop everything I knew, and I just kind of just absorbed and embraced everything that MM had to offer, because I wanted to give the system 100% a full chance without like messing with it. After I traded with the MM system for a little while, I learned what I liked and what I didn't like, and more so because as a personality, and I kind of talked about this in the last room as well. I would like to say I'm a mid R multiple trader, and when I say mid is because like I'm good for like 3, I'm good for 4. Anything past 4R multiple generally makes me a little uneasy to hold. Like I've held them for longer before, but it's just not common. So I kind of tweak some things here and there just for what I would prefer. So generally that's what I would say. And if you feel like, hey, at that point, once you've embraced the new MM and all that, right? Like if you want to kind of go back and say, okay, was there anything from the past that I could bring forward? I mean, you can always look at that. But yeah, I think that's a very subjective question. So it's up to you, man. Damn, Ron. You've been in this trade for a long time then. Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, yeah, that's right. Because if you entered, I assume, Ron, you entered somewhere down here. Somewhere down here. Darcy blows YM. Let's go. Break 48871. Yeah, when you're in that kind of action, man, I think my one of my longest trades ever, I actually had entered at like 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is an hour and a half after Globex opens, and I literally held that thing till like lunchtime during New York session, which for me that would have been 1 hour before the market closed. So I've held the position for that long before, just simply because it ranged for a while before the move happened, and when the move happened, it just kept moving and it didn't slow down. So that was actually one of my bigger trades. I think that was like one of my. Actually, I think I posted a YouTube video about that. Actually, it was one of my trades I took in November. It was like a almost a $10,000 trade, and I held it for like 225 points or something like that. Ron, you I can't remember. You trade with your live funded for futures though, right? I believe you do because I think I recall you saying that before. Do you see, guys, how this prior New York session support error is playing a role here? We're reclaiming back above Globex again here. I'm liking how we're shaping up here. Again, I would keep it tight if we were to take a long here. Yeah, there's not a lot of room here, man. I'll take a quick scalp. I don't mind. I don't mind taking a 1R trade. I'll take a 1R trade here. Entering at 26,465. Entering it on Top Step, gang. This is a quick 1R scalp. I either get it or I don't. Let's see if we get it. Might be pushing a little too high, to be honest, because I am kind of pushing into VWAP. Like I'm pushing past VWAP, sorry. I think safest, if I were to use VWAP as the wall, that'd be right here, I think. Yeah, it would be right there. But then if I would have to do that and I was using 1R, I'd have to do that, which I don't know if I want to do that. 165. Let me just take a look at price here. What is that going to be? 457. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I'll just do that. I think this is just safer. Let's see. Going for a scalp here, guys. Right fast or wrong fast? Let's see what happens. I usually don't like scalping like this, to be honest, but we've just been ranging. So unless I decide to go what Ron's doing and take a trade and hold it until tomorrow. Ever since coming back from China, my addiction to bubble tea is legit. If you guys have ever been there, bubble tea is so cheap. It's basically like $1, which is kind of insane to think about that, but it's true. Yeah, it's totally fair. Going to Vietnam, eh? Yeah, it's beautiful there from what I've been told. I'm going to Vietnam next winter. So I'm still at least a year and a half out before I head out there. Today it's just bubble tea, man. It's just bubble tea. I literally just had a home cooked meal like 2 hours ago, so I can't eat again. Yeah, man. West Coast, West Coast of Canada. In about 15 minutes, we'll do a giveaway, guys. We'll do a giveaway with the gang. Yeah, these are some slow movements, man. These are some slow movements here. For those who are streaming, hop in on the stream here. If you guys haven't already, drop a like, please. It means a lot, guys. Also, if you guys know anyone who like just wants to kind of learn about trading and learn about the concepts and strategies or like psychology, man, tell your friends, man. No excuse. No excuse. If they're working or whatever, you can always hop on late with us and hang with us. If Ron G can do it, everyone can do it, man. He's this man staying up to 3 a.m. in the morning to hang with us. Yeah, man. Come on. More likes, gang. More likes. I need more. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna flip over and take a look at the other charts right now. Ooh, gold's not looking too hot. Sorry, Rye. What was your stop loss again on that gold trade? Nice. YM is moving. 4811 for stop loss for gold. Gotcha. All right. All right. So I hope you get your target, right, guy, with that gold trade of yours. YM starting to wake up. Hopefully you get that London Open push for your YM trade there, Ron. Your question about London orbs. So are you just double checking? Are you referring to the question of how do I feel about taking orb trades during the London Open? I've never really used the orb strategy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not an orb trader. Like I've seen the reference to it. Like I would say that sometimes the orb aligns with the my system of trading myself already. So if it works, then it kind of acts as nice confluence. But I don't know. I've never really taken a look at that. Hard to say. Oh, nice. Nice, Aldo. Yeah, man. I'm just low expectation here, though, man. Low expectation. We've got 10 minutes left of this hourly candle as well. I mean, if we get a nice push up and on this hourly, then who knows? Maybe we'll actually be able to actually get a little bit of action going into London. I don't use the 1 minute time frame at all, actually. Not my style of trading. I do have a student that uses it a lot, though. He runs that in conjunction with his style. 1 minute's kind of like where he finds the sharp entries. Yeah, we did say we were going to try to hit all time highs by Friday. So, I mean, we have now until tomorrow. What is that? Like 13, 14 hours? We could do it if we could get some trending action over London. Yeah, man. Action's pretty slow at the moment. Oh, this is brutal. It's like watching paint dry, guys. So, what's good with you guys, man? What's good with you guys? I don't know if you guys have ever made homemade ice cream before, guys, but it may be tedious, but it's so good. I recorded all of it though. I just need to edit it because I know you guys were saying that I should probably post more about food. I'm gonna share it with you guys on Instagram. It's banging, man. After we made chocolate and vanilla ice cream at home, it tastes so good. We're actually gonna look to do if we could mix other things into it. We actually did Oreo ice cream today from home. It's way better than any cookies and cream ice cream I've ever had in store. I am Raymond. I think I recognize you from the group, from the cohort. Are you asking that question about like the top step balance that I have there? Yeah, Bolchi, you know what it is. Yes, it's the Ninja ice cream maker, AJ. How did you know? I'm just gonna say homemade Oreo ice cream better than McFlurry, man. I do like the Oreo McFlurries though. Like that's like my OG, just classic ice cream. I like it a lot. Hey, that's awesome, man. Tomorrow's your birthday. What time zone you are you in right now? Oh, the top step balance, just a couple of days because I trade mini, so it doesn't take a lot for me to build up that kind of a balance. This is day 3 with this top step account. I have a few others as well. I just don't copy trade them. I've never made protein ice cream before, but I always worry about that, man. I'm not a big fan of like mixing protein and stuff because like I've just had a lot of bad experiences having protein shakes, and it's just like there's always this weird flavor aftertaste thing. Hey man, risking $150 per trade, honestly, it's all you need. I mean, like if you think about these New York sessions that we've been having, man, if you catch a nice entry in longs, you can make a pretty good buck. I did a whole MNQ series before on just trading 3 micros, risking $180 per trade and shooting for like 1, 2, or 3 R. And I think I took that eval and don't quote me. I have to watch my old series again. I think it took me either 9 or 12 days to pass the account. And then it took me another 9 days or 10 days to get a payout with it. And that was just trading 3 micros. So, oh, okay, Ivan, we have the same time zone then. Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess we're going to be ringing in your birthday later on. Yeah. Protein water. That's interesting. That's a great question, Gene. That is a great question. How many likes do we have on this now? Come on, guys. Half of you ain't liking the video. Ain't liking the stream. What do I gotta do, guys? No, I'm in Canada, guys. Come on, NQ, wake the heck up. Killing me here. I'm tired of watching this. Well, I think what is that? Levioto? Yeah, I think Ron agrees, man. I think we need at least like 100 likes if we want to do a giveaway, guys. Come on. Yeah, Sniper Trade. I'm in Vancouver. I stream right now primarily on YouTube. Actually, I've never streamed in my life until this point. So this is like my third stream ever in my life. Only YouTube though. I'm a business entrepreneur, so I don't actually have a great deal of time. Me squeezing in the 2 hours a night every night to stream here is like already a lot for me. So yeah, I know a lot of people ask me try to stream more if I could, but that's the reason why we did this whole project 365, right? We got as Jake likes to call it, he's galvanized the Avengers here, right? So there's 5 of us. So we stream literally 10 hours a day. So if you're not already following Reg Trades on YouTube, follow Reg Trades, because yeah, we've got this. This is the whole purpose of this. For the next year here, we're gonna be streaming 10 hours a day. So whichever time period you guys want to watch, tune in, man. Sup, Specs Trades? Sup, John? Hey, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I do a lot of different things, right? Like I either do the whole program with mentorship from like start to finish for people who've never traded in their life before. So like if you're like I have a couple of students actually, I think she's probably still on right now, but I've had people who've never traded in their life, and I've kind of taken through the whole program of teaching them how I trade and like coaching them and all that. But then I've also worked with people who have a lot of experience, and so maybe they're not looking for a new strategy or looking for how I trade, but they just more so want someone to be able to talk to about trading and journaling and all that stuff. So I also do that type of stuff. So I mean, whatever you guys like, one-on-one calls once in a while, or full-on program, which is like more longer term, right? Either way, whatever fits what you're looking for. You just hit my DM on Instagram and we can always set stuff up. Let's see, what are we doing here? I'm going to take a look at the other chart for now. I'm just going to move away from this if you guys don't mind. Let's see what else we're doing here. Not much going on here. That's my Instagram, guys. If you guys are tuning in for the first time. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. How's YM looking right now? Let's take a look. Let's take a peek at YM. We were moving, and now we're consolidating again. How's Platinum looking? Yeah. Gold. Oh, man. Rye guy. Gold is coming for your stop loss, man. Yeah, Ron, it totally is. Well, I mean, look at gold. Gold's just like going down here now. Yeah, I can see that. I literally set the target exactly what you told me what your stop loss was. Or not target, sorry. I set the forecaster tool. That thing is like pressure cooking down. Come on, NQ. Come on, NQ. Don't do this to me, man. Hey, man, I see your comment about bank debt. Honestly, man, I this is actually one of the big topics. I have so many people who reach out to me asking me to coach and to mentor them, and then when I there's a reason why I have connect points with them beforehand, because when they tell me the reason why they want to is because they have this surmountable amount of debt and they're trying to get out of it. I take this as like, and I always say take this as like free mentorship advice, but man, if you're like in debt, honestly, trading is probably not the best thing to be doing at all. I mean, obviously, to each their own. If you can get over it, then that's up to you. But I think that like if you have debt on your mind, it's so hard to trade. Like, I mean, I think the mass majority here probably can agree that like it's already bad enough to trade and feel like you're trying to make up money for like props that you may have blown up already. um, but to think that you have like debt weighing over you and you're telling yourself that you're trying to pay off that debt, it's tough, man. Like I personally don't think it's good for your mentals. I think that's what happens. Like, I mean, you take this out of the equation of trading. I mean, that's why people who go to the casinos trying to make their money back, it just gets even worse, right? So it's never a good idea. I've turned away so many students because they were not in a good financial situation and they were looking to use their life savings with me. And honestly, at that point, I say don't even. Like that's like I don't even want to work with a person in that situation because and I do it for the reason for to look out for them, not because I don't want to help, but because I just don't think in most cases a person can get over that kind of debt and trade. It's just really hard. Yeah, I 100% agree with Ron. Yeah, Rake does have a Discord. It's in my profile as well. I'm pretty sure it's on the YouTube profile as well, but all of us, all of the Avengers will have it on their link tree of some sort. So he does have a premium Discord, yes. Ron, I don't think Jake streams on Discord anymore now that we're doing this, right? Like, I think we strictly just stream on YouTube. I don't think there's a paywall behind streaming anymore. Like, all 10 hours of streaming now between Ron, Christian, Mitch, and Rake and myself, we all just do YouTube now. So, is Ninja Trader and Tradeovate, they're the same thing, right? Like Ninja Trader owns Tradeovate. I think they're the same thing at least. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I think that we're in such an interesting era here now. I mean, we're in a day and age where I feel like, the video that Jake had put out talking about like we're at the ground level, right? I mean, it's so true. I just think about where trading was for me 5 years ago, right? The information that I had at my disposal, what I could learn, all that type of stuff. Like nowadays, I mean, it's almost paralysis by analysis. There's just so much information in the space now. You almost don't even know where to start and what to do with it, right? So, um, but yeah, because you have all this now, it actually gives you such an opportunity and an edge. Like to think that you could scoop up like a $50, $60 account and like learn to trade a craft that could honestly be life changing, as I'll just say. I wouldn't even put a dollar figure to it. Just life changing is pretty amazing, man. I don't look at order flow or footprint, uh, but I do know a lot of successful order flow traders. Again, for me, it's not that I don't think it works. I just don't want too many things in front of me, and that's the reason why I don't use it. That's literally the only reason. Am I gonna hit my TP here? There you go. Yay! No break even. No more watching paint dry. There's the win. A nice $170 there. Let's go. And guys, that is exactly why I hold my trades. That is exactly why I don't move things to break even. I just trust the process and I let it do its thing. I know it's boring, guys, that I'm taking such small trades, but like, look at this. Look at this. What am I supposed to do with this, guys? This is pretty bad. So I just, you take what the market can give you, right? Sup. What's going on, man? What's going on? All right, you know what? I agree. It's that time. It's that time. We're at 82 likes. Can I get 18 more likes, guys? We're at 82 likes. 18 more. Come on. Come on. Let's get to 100 likes so we can get that giveaway going. We're at 85 now. 85. We need 15 more likes, and then we'll rock this giveaway. We're at 97 now. 97. I'm literally just refreshing the page right now because I don't know how else to do this. Ron, I'm so technology illiterate, man. It's not even funny. All right, we're over 100 likes. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. All right, let's drop some W's in the chat here and we will conduct this giveaway. We'll pick a name at random here. This will be for an E8 account, a 50K account, gang, a 50K account. Let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look. Who's going to be the lucky winner here? I'll give it 5 seconds, and then I'm going to pick a name at random. All right. I got a name. We got 3x Satori will be the winner for this. 3x Satori, winner of the 50K E8 account. Reach out to me on Instagram and I will shoot you reach out to me on Instagram and shoot me a DM. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. There is my Instagram. Shoot me a DM and I will send you the code after the stream is over. You spammed it too hard, right, guy? You spammed it too hard. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's change the chart over to something a little bit more attractive than my top step chart, because obviously that's going nowhere. And so, gang, this is exactly the reason why I was like setting my target there. You can see here already, we rejected up here earlier. This was the VWAP. Like, again, when I was in my long trade earlier and I had a 20-point run within my horizon, and again, I was kind of laying down with my kids, so I didn't zoom out. When I zoomed out, I was like, you know what? 20 points is already half of the entire session's move. So I was like, I probably should have just taken it there. I actually signaled in the Discord that I was like, this would be a good spot to trim. But honestly, had I known that that was the halfway point already, I probably should have just closed the contract out because I only had one mini. But I closed it for 15 points. So on this pullback down, I ended up closing it for 15 points. So same thing again here, guys. I closed it for I just took that for, what was it? 8 points, 9 points, I think it was 9 points, right? So it might keep going, but I'm good. I'm good for now. I'm not too. Oh, I just got the alert. Rye guy, I'm assuming it hit your stop loss for your gold trade. Sorry, man. That's rough. Yeah, it's still pushing down right now. I don't know the full name of the website. I'm pretty sure it's called E8 Prop Firm. I'm pretty sure if you like Google that, that's what would pop up. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I know it's not part of it. Usually, I'm like our session here is from 10 p.m. to midnight, but these past couple nights I've been kind of pushing 10, 15 minutes into the London Open as well, just to see if there's anything good to take. But yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, right on, man. What else are we looking at? YM metals are just kind of taking a poop, huh? Retracing back down to the level is what the gold is trying to do, I guess. So I won't be trading the New York Open, but Jake will be. I think Jake and Mitch does the early morning, if I remember correctly. You think I would know this by now, but I'm like getting my days and my times mixed up. For me, no, I don't. I don't. We actually as a group we have collectively made our decisions to trade which session based on what works for us. So I'm an entrepreneur, man. So I'm super busy in the morning because I'm usually preparing all my client work, prep work, and also getting my kids ready for school. So I don't really trade the New York as much. But when I do trade New York, I actually don't trade futures often anymore. I still do once in a while, but I primarily would trade options just because I can't trade options any other time of the day. But when I trade options, I trade basically NQ. I trade QQQ options basically. Yeah. In terms of my favorite time to trade, generally at least 15 minutes after open, but ideally 30 minutes is probably the cleaner time. So usually between like 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to about 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is kind of my period where I'll trade the New York. Sometimes they'll peak back in during power hour, but 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is like my best period to trade. Yeah, when I trade options, I usually trade zero TTE. Obviously, super risky. So you have to size accordingly to that. Otherwise, if I do decide to size up, I'll trade next date expirations. Hey, what's up, Josh? What's going on, brother? Hmm. NQ looks like it wants to move. So I post in the Discord. I'm so it depends, man. Like I haven't like I just came back from vacation. I was actually in China for 2.5 weeks with the family, so I had not trade options at all during this period in time. Um, when I get back in the swing of things, I will signal when I do trade options. But as of right now, I'm kind of just getting back in the rhythm of things because since I just got back, I pretty much went feet first right into the stream while getting right back with my clients again. So and back with my students. So it's been a really busy few weeks here. I think when I get back into the groove of things again, I'll probably start to signal a lot more again. But yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, trading strategy. I'm gonna. It's not that I don't want to answer that question. I've answered that question quite a few times and today in almost every stream. But I would say that if you're familiar with Jake's strategy, I'm quite similar to that. That's actually my foundation, and I've just kind of built other layers on top of it. So things that I like. But we're basically it's built on price action, structure, trend or range, reference points, that type of stuff. No, no, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's not that I don't, like I said, it's not that I don't want to answer your question, but I just, there's a lot of people that keep asking that question, and I don't want to keep having to repeat that just because I don't want to bore the whole entire group. But yeah, that's kind of like the summary of it, though. Yeah, I know. I know Jake doesn't trade EMAs, but I do use EMAs for myself. And again, I don't ever use EMAs to dictate a trade, but I'll use it for confluence, right? Like for example, right now, let's take a look at the chart and see what we're doing here. Like I like the way that the 9 EMA is crossing upwards right now, and we're starting to kind of peak above the VWAP as well. These 2 minute closes above VWAP is kind of nice. I mean, a 5 minute close would be even nicer. So sometimes you can obviously, if you want to take a breakout trade, you can. I'm personally not a breakout trader. I find that more often than not they fail for me. Um, but I made the comment earlier on the NQ. I said that if we can get a nice hourly bullish candle, we might be able to get a move, and it looks like we are following through with that right now, which is kind of nice to see. Um, Essentially, had you taken the trade right after the hourly, you'd be about here, 12 points. I guess 13 points, 14 points would have been the high. If you want to hit to the peak of the session today, 30 points is pretty much the most you're going to get. But again, managing expectations, man, it's been a slow session. Oh, bad Bulgy, you're still in the long trade. Damn. Where's your entry? What's your entry on that long? 467, eh? 467. What's your PT, Buljeet? I'm curious. I'm assuming you have a 15-point target. It's going to be my guess. You shooting for 482? You're shooting for the ceiling. All right, best of luck. Yeah, EMA wise, it's the ones that you see on my chart here right now. I've got the 9, the 2050, and I use the 200 EMA. Those are kind of like my go to. And then the VWAP is kind of what I like as well. $485. Interesting. Okay. Best of luck for those longs. Oh, the futures forecaster indicator. Yeah, I'm not the best expert to talk about the FF indicator, but I can touch on it. Give me a second. Where is it? Give me a second here. I might have to. Of course, it's going to do that to me. Give me a second here. So, kind of like that. This is kind of the FF indicator. I'll give you a high level overview just because you're asking right now. There's a lot going on here. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's honestly a lot to explain right now. I'm just going to go switch to one just because I think it'd be too much to explain it in any other way. Um, Basically, you got the indicator can literally do anything you want for the FF indicator because it's like a Swiss Army knife. You want to trade fibs, you can trade fibs. Generally speaking, it also kind of automatically shows you where like your Globex opening prints are, Tokyo, those type of things. So it just kind of gives you a sense of where those marker points are on the chart. This little thick line here is the trigger line. I probably the one line that I use the most if I was to reference this. And it depends on whether you're above it, below it, the crossing of it. Like there's just so much that goes behind it. And then the bottom right hand side here, you can see that there's like a cloud here, and not a cloud, sorry, it's like a barometer here, and it shows you basically like if all of these things are green, then generally it means that price is looking bullish. Now, every single time frame you flip through with this indicator, it's going to give you something a different story, obviously, depending on the time frame. But yeah, that's a kind of high level overview though. But this is one of those more like this is a more of a private developed indicator tool. If you ever want to try a free trial, you can feel free to. It's the links in my bio. But yeah, that'd be kind of just a quick overview of how that works though. Okay, I see that, Josh. So your stop loss, and off the 5 minute, 200 email on 5 minute carrier stop is below 5 minute trigger line. Ooh, so you got stopped out there? Is that your stop then? If that's the case? Yeah, this VWAP is basically a wall right now. This is exactly why I've just been setting my targets there, man. 458 is your stop. Okay, below Globex, that's good. That's probably a safer stop loss, anyways. I'm not sure to be honest, Jason. I'm not the creator of the tool, so I have absolutely no idea. That's definitely a question for the creator. And yeah, Jason, I do. The trigger line is literally the thing that I use the most on that tool. But there's so many facets to it that you can use it for. That's just the only thing. So it's get again right. Like for me, indicators have always been more of a kind of a build on things. So I'll trade with my system, and then if I have confluence with EMAs, confluence with the FF indicator, and all those other things, right? That's when it'll just give me the extra conviction to kind of go all in with that trade, right? Yeah, that's awesome, Jason. I don't use volume to dictate my entries, but I do look at that as like a point of like interest. So like if I do see a lot of volume coming in, then that at least gives me an understanding and a reason as to why maybe price is moving in the way that it is. But I don't put a lot of weighting in it. I would say that like if you were to scale from like 10 being the highest priority and 1 being low, volume for me is like somewhere in the 2 and 3. I don't put a lot of weight on it. It's not, at least it's not for my strategy at least. 445 targeting VWAP. Yeah, I mean it's possible if we keep ranging. I would say that like I would have to wait and see how price reacts. I would say that it'd be kind of nice to see us bounce off 455 instead of 445, Ansel. Just because like I think it would be nice to see like an inverse head and shoulder type of setup and see if we can push up from there. Oh, the trigger indication is like that was the FF indicator that the person that Jason was asking me about. Like that little thick line here, that's called the trigger line. So this is like the trigger line, and then that's like a trend line here. So right now, if it hugs and it pushes, then it'd be kind of like it gives you a little bit of conviction to take the longs. Let's see if this 5 minute candle can close bullish for us, guys. Yeah, not the 5 minute close I would have wanted though on the NQ. Hey, Massimo. Yeah, Josh, that's totally fair, man. That's totally fair. It's like watching paint dry, so it's probably late for you over there too, man. It'd be very whack if we ended up closing as an inside bar for Friday. It would basically mean we would go nowhere, but I really doubt we're going to do that, though. It's hard to believe. Shorts are looking better right now, man. Yeah, this hourly candle would be a failure to go lower. And yes, we are rejecting the previous hour high wick as well. And we were ranging, right? We're ranging. The VWAP has basically been a wall, so when you're in ranging conditions, you got to acknowledge what that is too as a trader and manage your expectations for it, right? Best way to identify reversals, I would say, like, if you look at a chart, I mean, I'm a big, for those who've been following along enough, I'm a big double bottom, double top trader. Like, I love those kind of pattern setups because generally that represents constant rejection or bounce off key areas. So if I have a key spot on the mark on the chart that looks good and we are double or triple or topping or whatever it may be, and the bar by bar analysis across all time frames are looking sharp as well for it, then I'm good to take that reversal trade. But for those who haven't read bar by bar, if you actually look through it, reversal patterns are the lowest probability setups on any given chart. So you got to recognize that when you're shooting for those, it is generally low probability. But if the reversals do work, you should expect a higher R multiple than like a regular range trade setup, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's Friday, Josh. I was That's my thought process too. I probably wouldn't size too high going into tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Statistically, reversals are low probability. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is OPEX. OPEX Friday. Oh man, why Luku? Get some rest, man. Get some rest. Yeah, shorts look good. Thanks, Right Guy. I appreciate it, man. I find that the bar by bar books are nice books to read just to kind of build more understanding. Like Jake's done a really nice job with the MM to teach in the most simple manner possible. Because if you actually go through bar by bar, it's quite complex. I would like to say. I am a little bit of a nerd though, so I did read through all of it. And I've studied every single bar possible, and so like um I think that depending on the trader, I will go deep with them on from a mentor to student perspective. But yeah, most cases, just calling something a failure to go lower or fail to go higher is just probably a lot easier for the masses to understand. I'm gonna switch to MNQ here for a bit, and I'm gonna short the market. I am going to leave my stops above the highs and take a 1 hour trade this way. Let's see if this works. I'm going to flip the chart over. If it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. But that's what I'm looking for. And I'm taking this trade because we got 30 minutes left until London Open. So I'll do this one last trade with the gang. Ranging markets. Manage expectation. Honestly, could just come right back up at me anyways, but we'll see. I'm not expecting a break in this range, but it is looking bearish. Like, if you take a look at it, we've been rejecting this area for quite a while now, since New York and even over Asia. And as we're kind of inching closer and closer to London, we've been holding beneath VWAP as well. So I don't know if we're going to get all the way down here. Like, I'm not trading the whole London session, but I wouldn't really be too surprised if price moves back down here and retraces. I mean, we're kind of due for a little bit of a pullback at the very least. So that's kind of my 2 cents right now. Obviously, I won't sit around and watch this come all the way down here, but yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents at the moment. This was 700 milliliters of bubble tea, and I just finished this in an hour and a half. I don't know what's measured in ounces, man. When I ordered this on delivery, it said 700 milliliters. So whatever that is. Right, guy. We don't ask those questions, okay? What we don't know can't hurt us. Oh, I am so tense here. Oh. That's a bottle of wine. Is the bottle of wine 700 milliliters? Is that actually true? That sounds very little. Oh man. Do you guys like red wine, white wine? What's your cup of tea, guys? I'm technically allergic, but if I had to pick a wine, I'm more of a red wine guy. Yeah, I like the Cab Savs. I don't know if you guys have ever had, I think the brand is called Duckhorn. Duckhorn Decoy, I think is what it's called. It's like there's like literally a duck on it or a goose or whatever. It's from I think it's California wine, I believe. Anyways, probably one of the best Cab Savs I've ever had. Yeah, is it Duckhorn? Okay, okay, yeah, you guys probably know better than I do. When I was in the corporate world, the vice president that I was meeting at the time had ordered like 3 bottles of those at one of our dinners, and so she was the one who introduced me to that red wine. I was like, wow, this red wine does taste pretty good, but not realizing it was like super super expensive. Yeah, I have a weird thing with collecting scotches as well, even though I don't drink. I collect Macallans. Honestly, your short was good. The rejection of UOP was a solid short. That was a solid short. Like honestly, if I wasn't so busy looking at the chat, I would say that that was probably a pretty good like entering at like 468 probably would have been a pretty good entry for shorts. So at that point in time, you think about it, I already would be 18 points in profit had I entered there. It was risky of me to take the short at the bottom of the range here, guys. It was really risky. But let's see if the market gods are in my favor. I mean, that's fair, man. If you want to long this, it makes sense. You'd be longing at the bottom of the range. So thinking as a range trader, it would make a lot of sense to long here. I'm gonna stick to my VWAP short thought process here. Just out of curiosity with you guys, if we change the stream to 1 hour later, so instead of 10 to midnight, we did 11 to 1 Pacific Standard Time, and I guess that would be what 2 to 4 Eastern Time. Would that be something that you guys would like prefer more over this? Just out of curiosity, since this is our first week doing this. For me, that's going into 1 a.m. in the morning. I recognize that it's wild that I'm even asking that, but I know for Eastern, that's nuts. I mean, technically speaking, this period of time that I'm streaming is like I'm actually surprised to see anyone on the East on this right now, which I know there's quite a few of you guys that are. But I'm doing this really, I mean, because I think there's a lot of people in the other side of the world, like whether you're from like Singapore or the UK, Europe in general, I guess I would say, Australia. There's been a lot of people asking for this time zone to trade. So I'm kind of filling that spot for people because yeah, we've got a lot of people who trade all the other time frames already, or not time frames, sorry, time zones. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ron's crazy, man. Ron's a trooper for staying up with me. True brother, man. True brother. Yeah, Kim's a hustler too, man. Working late into the night. Yeah, Ron's a beast. That's why, man. What is sleep, right? What is sleep? Have any of you guys checked out like My Fun of Futures? They actually have like new builder plans. I haven't really looked into them too much, but I think the price on them are pretty good. So I know Code RT works for that as well. So appreciate the love, man. Appreciate it. If we get enough volume off the London Open that works in my favor and does not stop me out, I'm open to trimming because especially if I'm going to stay for the 10 to 15 minutes after the London Open. So I'm going to contemplate. I'm just going to leave this here and see where we go as we get closer and closer. I'm going to switch away from this for now and take a look at the chart. Because, yeah, we ain't moving nowhere. I mean, gold just had a nice crapper there. Metals in general, I guess, took a crap there. How's Ron G's YM doing? Oh man, it pulled back. Well, let's hope this hold of VWAP gives us a nice kick up going into London for you, Ron. Yeah, man, you know it. The 200 EMA is goaded, guys. It's goaded. Anyone else in a trade right now, guys? Have a good weekend, Josh. What are you in right now? Oh, are you shorting as well? Yeah, we'll see, man. Let's see if we can hold below Globex here. That would be ideal. If it wasn't for how strong the larger time frames were, I would say that we should have a good chance of coming down, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe we've just been ranging all Asia so that London can pop off. Yeah, I'm still in the short. I'm not adjusting it. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It's all good. It's all part of the game, man. I use TradingView. I use TradingView and I just hook it up to TradeAbate. That's how I trade. Otherwise, just Top Step X. Those would be like the two platforms essentially. It's not looking too good for my shorts right now, the way that we're holding the bottom of the range. Yep. Yep. I'm honestly not expecting much action until London opens. I think I'm just gonna it's probably just gonna consolidate here, and then when London opens, that's when it's either gonna stop me or hit my target. Yeah, hit both, hopefully in the right order. Absolutely. Hit my TP, then hit my stop loss. I'd be okay with that. In the inverse, though, that'd be not too great. You guys got any questions for me, man? While we're sitting here waiting for London to open. I think Top Step X is great. I mean, I know that I've seen the posts on social media about all the issues they've had. Not like honestly, surprisingly, this entire time I've traded Top Step X, I've never had any issues. So I've been fairly lucky to be honest. I haven't ran into any of the issues everyone talks about, so I've been fortunate. I think the X program is just very user friendly. I like how user friendly it is. But I think a lot of other competitors are going to come into the space and take up that, right? Like there's no doubt in my mind. Like I know there are people right now already working as developers working on platforms to compete against TopStepX, right? So I think anytime you have a platform that's user friendly on the phone while also being able to kind of bracket orders, like just easier, right? I mean, I don't trade the New York as much anymore. So, like, normally I wouldn't be trading it right now, right? So, I would say that by midnight, I'm usually going to bed already. Like, I'm already like literally about to roll into bed. So, for us, I'm logging off. So, meaning I still got to go shower, brush my teeth, that type of stuff. So, I don't get actually up getting in bed until like 1 a.m. in the morning for me. Um, but yeah, usually I'll just go to sleep at midnight and I'll wake up by like 6 a.m., 5:30, and I'll kind of start my day that way. I mean, everyone's gonna have their experience, Maddie. I mean, I don't. I take those kind of things for a grain of salt. I find that I'm always like, if someone else has their opinion, I'm like, hey, I'll give it a fresh start and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? I mean, I also don't copy trade, so I don't know how much that maybe plays a factor in it as well. Because I know some people have had issues, like if they're like copy trading with Top Step, and like the orders get filled in some and not the others. Maybe that could be an issue. But have a good night, Bill G. I don't like that we're hovering around Globex though. I'd like us to like stay beneath it. That'd be ideal. We got 4 minutes left till London opens here. That's fair, Diego. That's fair. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like that. I mean, I understand why too. Like, if you guys really think about it, the reason why those specific props removed metals is actually very driven by the plans. So, like, as a business person myself, I can't help but put myself in the business lens of things. If you take a look at it, Apex and Top Step are one of the few props that have like essentially like no consistency rule if you think about it, right? And I'm talking about back in the day, right? So for them, with no consistency rule, you can literally have like a monster day on metals and get a fat pay, and then basically be able to secure payout so easily, right? And so for them, it's just not a sustainable model, which is why they had to limit it. Again, that's my perspective. I don't know that for a fact, just because like every other prop firm has limitations, right? So I think that that's probably a big reason why they did that. I mean, I didn't trade metals that much anyway, so it really didn't affect me much. But 3 minutes from London Open, guys. 3 minutes. Yeah, man. Your question about what to do, hesitation after losing streak. I mean, I think that like very natural for you guys to feel that, to hesitate. London opens at 12, by the way, guys. 12 Pacific Standard Time, so in 3 minutes from now. Um, but I think this kind of comes back down to like again understanding what your edge is in the market, your strategy, because like if you know what that is, regardless of your loss, I mean you should know well enough based on your back testing and all that these are setups that work. So hypothetically speaking, I actually did a video on this on my YouTube. Oh, I think it's about a couple months ago now, where I kind of just used a very arbitrary strategy where I think I said in the video that I would long every higher low above VWAP and I would short every lower high below. Sorry, I would long every higher low above VWAP and I would short every lower high below VWAP. And I think that was like the made up strategy I used in that demonstration. And like you can see in that demonstration that I think, again, at least for that day, it had like an 80% win rate or something like that. And so like just using that as an example, I mean, if you knew that your that was your expected value and your trade setups, then whether you lose or not, it really shouldn't matter all too much. And that's where like the whole P&L comes into play, right? I find that if you're in a trade and you're very antsy and you're very like jittery about your trade setup, chances are it's probably because your size too high, which plays a big factor in that. I think you probably hear this all the time. Improper sizing is often the reason why most traders fail. So that'd be my 2 cents on it. Market's about to open in 25 seconds. I'm actually going to set a trim target if this actually works in my favor. What did I just do? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I literally just bought 3 micros, so I took an L there without even realizing it. Well, that's a dirt move on my part. I meant to set a limit order and I ended up buying it instead. So I have 2 micros instead of 3. That was a dirt move on my part. All right, well, I'm just going to leave it as is then. That's my bad. Yeah, chess and trade, 100%, man. If you got good risk management, man, like I mean, you're technically it should be factored into your trading, right? So if you take your losses, you take your losses. You should have the expectation that you've got enough bullets in the chamber to be able to last, right? Because I mean, like if your strategy that you use, if you fail like 10 times back to back, then I don't know. Maybe that's something to reassess in terms of how you're trading, right? Man, come on, let's go, hurry up. What are we doing, NQ? Have a good night, BJ. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? No, I'm not. I'm not changing. I mean, I already accidentally technically got rid of 3 contracts without realizing it. I was trying to create a limit order to trim, but yeah, I screwed that up. This is a very low activity night, guys. Very low activity night. Anyone who's going to end up trading New York tomorrow, definitely trade safe, guys. It is OPEX. No shame and no foul for cutting it early and just calling it a weekend. Remember what I said. If you guys tuned into yesterday's stream, mindset of abundance, right, guys? Does You don't have to trade tomorrow. You're the boss at the end of the day. So if you don't want to trade, save it until Monday. Save it till next week. Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. I'll be back at it again for Sunday night, man. I'll be back at it Sunday night. We'll be doing this again 5 days next week. Hopefully, we'll have some better action as well. Yeah, dude. Honestly, when I did the stop loss, I was thinking to myself that I probably should at the very least move it above that tick over there, like right here. I feel like that's like the safer one. It's $8 more. I mean, why not, right? And if I get stopped out there, then it's all good. What's $8, right, guys? What's $8? You're listening to Zelda Jazz. Is that like legitimately like Zelda, like the video game, but like the jazz music version of Zelda? Is that what you're listening to right now? Oh man, yeah. I don't. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised you're even still awake, man. With that, I actually like instrumentals a lot. Like a lot of video games and anime instrumentals, man. Oh, that stuff could put me to sleep. Oh, there you go. I'm stopped out. All good. All good. I'll flip over to the chart here. You can kind of see here where we're at. Rangy day, man. Rangy day. Like I said earlier on, anyone who longed from the bottom of the range, that's totally fair. I shorted with the thought process of follow through, and to be perfectly honest, I'll just kind of zoom in here, just kind of to talk about it. I think someone else took the short earlier. I think right here, shorting after this 5 minute bearish bar here beneath VWAP would have been like the short to take, which I think someone took it earlier, because like that you could have at least gotten 15 points out of it, right? Which would have been a solid one. Generally, for me, that's kind of like when I'm looking at the chart setup again as a fresh reminder, right? Whatever the range of the day is, I would not shoot more than half the market's range, just to keep kind of things safe, right? But yeah, man, it is what it is. All good, guys. All good. I mean, I still ended up, I'm still green on the account, right? So this is that situation. I'll switch back over again just to show you guys. So this account's still up $464, right? So for me, in the end of the day, it's like, okay, do I trade this tomorrow over New York? Do I trade this for the remainder of the session? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I got some profit in, leave it as such. You just kind of keep going with it, right? Like I don't have any crazy target of like, oh, I got to hit $1,000 today or whatever. I take whatever the market gives me, and I think it's important for you guys to think about that too. I think that like that would be my last bit of like psychological advice for you guys is that like when you're trading prop firms, it's very easy for you guys to be consumed by the profit target you have to hit, and like I think it's because we're always trying to shoot for the fastest payout possible. So in your mind, you're probably thinking like, oh, if I have to do $2,000 in order to get a payout, and it says that I have to do that in 5 trading days, you quite literally tell yourself, okay, man, I got to take $400 trades for 5 days. And you almost get so stuck on that number that it ends up screwing you over, right? So, but in terms of which prop firm's best, I definitely would recommend Lucid. Lucid is honestly one of the best prop firms out there right now. But I think every prop has a lot of edge there, right? Like I haven't like take Profit Trader for example. Like I still trade with them. I know intraday trailing drawdown is very rough on them, but having a prop firm that provides daily payout is pretty awesome. Like I myself, I that's what I trade a lot of. Outside of that, Lucid Trading is honestly a really really solid one. Both Tradeify and MyFund Futures, you can't really go wrong with them either. Those are really good props. So yeah, it really depends on what you're looking for in a prop, man. Like if you're looking for flexible rules like Lucid, I mean, it doesn't really get easier than that. Their flex plans are pretty much like no rules. In terms of Apex, I mean, Apex's biggest thing is being able to scale 20 accounts with them. And now that they have an end of day drawdown account, it's more attractive than it used to be, which is just full on intraday trailing. So that would be your big thing. But Lucid, yeah, man, their flex plans, there's like no rules, there's no consistency, no nothing, right? So I personally think like for a beginner, the Lucid Flex plans are probably one of the best. You can scoop them up with code RT for just 40% off. Those plans are the easiest to trade with, easiest by far. I would say that if you can't trade with flex plans, then like everything else is going to feel a lot harder, to be honest, right? And I think the benefit to Lucid is that it's a one-time payment. So as long as you don't blow that account, that Lucid account can last you a while. So like you can buy like a $80 Lucid Flex account, and that account will last you for like months if you never blow it, right? Which is kind of a big benefit because there's a lot of props out there that like automatically charge you a subscription every single month. So it's just gives them an edge. I'm a big advocate of Lucid for sure. I traded with them about 3.5 months and I capped out with them. So I'm looking forward to the cool down period. I mean, I'm allowed to start trading with them again in May, so it'll be fun. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't got a lot off the rest to offer, man. Like this is a pretty slow night. It is what it is. I mean, compared to the prior London session that we had, um, like let me just go back to the chart here. Like the prior London session, we had a lot more action, right? I mean, at least we had some a little bit more of a follow through up and down. But like right now, this is just like barcode action, man. There's like nothing going on here. The cooldown period basically means that like because I'm maxed out trading sim funded with them right now because I've hit their max. I have to take a 4 week cooldown period before I can trade sim trading with them again. I mean, if you want a full port on shorts, you could. No. Yeah, no. Chart's lot looking great, man. Yeah, I mean, I got a pretty good run out of them. I think between my live payout and the sim, I think that was about $75,000 over 3 months. So no complaints, man. No complaints. All right, guys. I think we're call it here, guys. I mean, like, yeah, at this point in time, we're trading within a range. So honestly, at this point in time, if you guys do trade the rest of London, what I would really be watching for is how we react here to this wall that we've been trading into. If we manage to break above it, I would probably watch to see if we would short the level up here. I personally think that London will very likely just range here until New York, and that's probably when we're going to have more clear action. So, yeah, yeah, cool, man. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good weekend. If you guys don't trade soon, I will catch you guys on Sunday night. Okay, Sunday night. Catch you guys later, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, drop some likes before you guys head out.